Hey, what's going on? Back with the Heat for the Streets, man. It's showtime. Hey, look, man. Let everybody, uh, let everybody get on the live, man, and let everybody go on the live, man. Put some likes down on the video. Shit. Well, even if ain't nobody on the live right now, man. I'm gonna post it so you know what I'm saying, they can play back and everything. Uh, yeah, man. But basically, this what the situation is, man. If y'all see the title of the video, it's pretty self-explanatory. I just seen a story uh, on ESPN via TMZ that Derek Fisher uh, proposed to Matt Bond's ex, Gloria Govan. His ex-wife, you know, the one that Derek Fisher was smashing while Matt Bonds was, you know what I'm saying. Matt Bonds was playing in the league, and Derek Fisher was coaching in the league. He was coaching the New York Knicks at the time, and essentially that's what got him fired. That's essentially what got him fired. You know what I'm saying? That and the fact that he lied talking about, oh, he had to go see his kids for a family emergency. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, because he was cheating on his wife, or he divorced his wife and started messing with Matt Bond's wife. Matt Bonds had no idea, man. And yeah, he was, you know what I'm saying, he was devastated. He was mad, you know what I'm saying, about that whole thing. And yeah, man, she just like her and Derek Fisher just came off so like just so bad. Like it just came off like so bad. I remember hearing the news. I remember um people talking about this on like ESPN and all types of NBA networks and TMZ and everything else. And Matt Barnes talking about it publicly. You know what I'm saying, on the Breakfast Club a couple times and doing TMZ interviews and doing interviews and magazines and on TV talking about it and stuff like that. And he just, you know what I'm saying, he was real blindsided about it because he thought Derek Fisher was, you know what I'm saying, a close friend of his. Like they played most notably when it was with the Lakers. And I think he was there. I think Derek Fisher was there. He might have been in Utah at the time. I'm not sure. Because I know he left the Lakers for a time. He went to Utah and he went to Golden State. And I know Matt Barnes was in Golden State earlier in his career when he was younger. And yeah, so depending on the timeline, they might have played each other, might have played with each other twice, like twice in their lifetime in the NBA. I know they played against each other once. In the Orlando Los Angeles Lakers series that the Lakers ended up winning 4-1. Fish was obviously on the Lakers, his second stint with the Lakers, and before he got traded to OKC or let go, and then went to OKC a few years later. And then was part of that finals team that lost to Miami. And Matt Barnes was on the Orlando squad, the one that a lot of people thought shouldn't even went to the finals that year. But I can't even discredit the Orlando squad because that Orlando squad was nice. You know what I'm saying? That Orlando squad beat the Cleveland team that had 65 wins, 66 wins. Um, they beat the Boston team that was like, I mean, minus KG, but at the time, I don't think Boston would have beat them healthy anyway. Because Boston, like, they didn't shoot real well from the field. Um, I mean, like, they didn't shoot well. They didn't shoot as well from deep as Orlando did, especially later in the year. And I mean, they was talking about the Paul Pierce said, "Oh, we'd have repeated if KG." I mean, they said they probably would have had the best record in NBA history had KG not gotten hurt because they was like 13-2, 16-2, or some shit like that, and then KG ended up getting hurt, and then I remember they beat Chicago or something like that. Or maybe that was the year before when they won the championship. But they like beat Chicago, and then they ran into like, I think, Miami. I'm not sure. And then they lost to Orlando in like the East Finals or some shit. And everybody was like, oh, um they they was like, oh, they would have won it had KG. They would at least got to the final. KG got not gotten hurt. Then they, what I'm saying. Then they went back the next year, lost to the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? But I can't really discredit the Orlando squad because the Orlando squad was nice for a legitimate, what I'm saying, a legitimate like 3-4 years maybe, from like '08 to 2011, 2012. For real. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Um, and Matt Barnes was, I think Matt Barnes was, I think he at least was on that finals team. I don't know if he was on the team the year after that. I know he wasn't on the team a couple years later because I think he went to the Clippers. He went to the Clippers and played with them because he ended up playing for Doc Rivers the last few years before he went to Golden State and finally got that ring last year. And yeah, man, him and Doug Chris had a cool friendship on and off the court, man. They played, they was teammates, they was opponents, you know what I'm saying? And all that. And the ironic thing is Gilbert Arenas who used to play for Golden State. Um he he was smashing Matt Barnes' ex-wife sister because she got a sister. They both sisters, and both of them bitches is just loose as fuck. Like they crazy, loose, just scandalous as fuck. Like, and Gilbert Arenas talk about her like shit. And a lot of people get on Gilbert Arenas like, oh, you shouldn't talk about, man. Trust me, if y'all knew what the fuck them women was capable of, y'all knew the backstory and the history of the Govan sisters, y'all would really think twice about defending them. I mean, it really. Hold on, y'all. I'm typing something. Sorry, I'm gonna pause for a little bit. So if y'all hear silence, then that's just me typing this message. I'm trying to respond to somebody. Yeah. So yeah, y'all. Uh. Yeah, man. He proposed to her on April the 7th. So he proposed to her a while ago. You know what I'm saying? About a few weeks ago, almost a month ago. I don't know when their wedding date is. I didn't really read the article a whole lot about that. I mean, I don't know if they announced anything or something like that. But let me know what y'all think, man. Cause I remember, like I said, I remember that whole story and it was crazy, man. It was like I never like Derek Fish always came off to me as like the humblest dude, like you know what I'm saying, the humblest dude, bro. Like he ain't really never bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? He always stayed quiet. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He was kind of like the opposite of Kobe in a way. But Kobe was more. I mean, Kobe was reserved a lot in his career. You know what I'm saying? Early in his career, and you know what I'm saying? Even a little bit later on in his career, he, you know what I'm saying, in his prime and stuff, he would, you know what I'm saying, a lot of his arrogance that people like to talk about, that shit was on the court. It wasn't about him talking trash and all that other stuff off the court. He was more stoic off the court, but on the court he was a killer. He was more arrogant. He felt like he was the best player in the game, and contrary to what you know what I'm saying, dudes like Nick Wright and other so-called analysts and pundits talk about, Kobe was the best player in the league at one point, and not just because he was winning championships, because he was literally the best player. Like I don't understand how a dude that can can had like 5, 6 straight 50-point games, you know what I'm saying, and score more points in a quarter than a whole team did in a quarter, not be the best fucking player in basketball. You know what I'm saying? But they want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, LeBron. And I don't hate LeBron. You know what I'm saying? I just hate the amount of coverage that the dude gets for really what is a career of wasted potential. Like that dude never hit his ceiling. That dude never hit a ceiling. Now, people will talk about the numbers and the numbers, the numbers, the numbers. I'm talking about championships. This dude should have way more than 3 championships at this point. And if it wasn't for Ray Allen, and it wasn't for Kyrie, and it wasn't for the NBA and Adam Silver, he would only have one ring legitimately. One. One. And that was the first finals that he played against Durant. That was the only real legitimate finals that the dude played in. You know what I'm saying? The first one he got swept. Second one against Dallas, he lost 6 games, which everybody knew was a big ass disappointment. And say what you want about Kobe getting blasted by 39 against Boston, that team was expected to win, especially on their home court. We all know the history of the Boston Celtics on their home court, especially in closeout games in the finals against the Lakers. Like Magic had trouble with them playing in Boston in the finals. Ain't no shame in that. So did Olajuwon. So did Jordan. So did Detroit before all them ended up beating them. And you know what I'm saying? And I was in the, you know what I'm saying, in the 80s and early 90s and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But Kobe eventually got, you know what I'm saying, got his revenge. You know what I'm saying? Didn't get a chance to get back at Detroit, but you know what I'm saying? That I mean, all those players that was on that Detroit squad, shit, you could legitimately argue that 2 of them, if not 3 of them, is Hall of Famers. I would argue Chauncey is a Hall of Famer. I would argue Ben Wallace is a Hall of Famer. I would argue that Rip may be a Hall of Famer. I don't know. Maybe people would lean more towards Sheed, but I don't know. Maybe it might be a toss up. Maybe two at most, maybe 3 if you want to count Rip or if you want to count Sheed. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's legitimately the point. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the first finals. got swept by San Antonio. Second one, got beat Dallas. Got beat by Dallas in six. Third one, he he um he beat Durant. Fourth one, he beat the San Antonio Spurs by luck because of Ray Allen. And look, he did show up in Game Seven, but he would have never got to a Game Seven had Manu Ginobili made his free throws, and had Tim Duncan been in the game to get that rebound, because he would out rebound the boss. Trust me on that. Tim Duncan is a center by trade, bro. The only reason why he ever played power forward in the first fucking place is because he had David Robinson playing the center. So that's why they played him a power forward. And they realized he could exploit matchups. So they played him a power forward most of his career until the end. But he played center a lot throughout his career too. Then the second final against the Spurs, he loses that one. Goes back to Cleveland. He loses his first final in Cleveland. And then obviously, like I said, the third final, he ends up losing. He ends up beating Golden State in 7 games. But it was a lot of fishy shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Him snitching Draymond Green out. You know what I'm saying? Steph was obviously physically compromised. So that had something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And the NBA getting involved. Because they knew if LeBron lost one, they probably wasn't gonna get that rubber match. Because even if Cleveland would have won, Golden State would have still been up in the series 2-1 in terms of series wins. And they end up doing that anyway because they won last year. So that's another loss by LeBron. So they got the rubber match, and Golden State still end up blasting their ass in 5, like they would have did last year, or maybe even 6 games, if you know what I'm saying. They would have one snatch when LeBron snitched on Draymond Green and got him suspended. And I know I'm getting off topic a little bit, but I just wanted to touch bases and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all connected in some way. You know what I'm saying? It's all connected in some way. It's all basketball, bro. It's all basketball. But you know what I'm saying? Back to the point. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, if Derek Fisher can make it work, bro. Look, I don't condone. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Fucking a nigga wife. You know what I'm saying? Especially while kids in the house. You know, t- make sure the kids out the house. You know what I'm saying? Tell your sister come get them. You know what I'm saying? Take them to the movie. Tell one of your friends come get them. Take them do something and shit. You know what I'm saying? For about an hour. You know what I'm saying? 30 minutes, about an hour, or something like that. And then you know what I'm saying? Then do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why Derek Fisher damn near got his ass beat, or did get his ass beat, depending on what report you read, you know what I'm saying, in the house when Matt Barnes busted that door, um, it's because the kids seen him, you know what I'm saying, in the act, you know what I'm saying, you know, getting it on with his mother. And you know what I'm saying, he had you know, his bathrobe on, and, box shorts on, or whatever he had on, you know what I'm saying, in front of the kid. And the kid was traumatized. He was damn near scared. He was like, "Yo, I want my pops. I want my dad." You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And um, Matt Barnes, you know what I'm saying? His son called him and told him what the situation was. He was like, "All right, I'm on my way." And he beat Derek Fisher ass, and it was just like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me, bro. Like, but if Derek Fisher can make it work more than Matt Barnes, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously, if you doing all that, you know what I'm saying, messing with a nigga wife, or the chick, you know what I'm saying, allowing you to mess with her knowing that she married or whatever, it's obviously some deeply rooted issue that they had, that, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't talked about, or whatever. And maybe that's what pushed her apart. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these NBA players, man, they mergers don't last long anyway because of the, you know what I'm saying, because of the travel schedule. Now, obviously, you know what I'm saying, they come to home games, you know what I'm saying, you move your family out there to your home, to your new home city, wherever you're gonna be playing. Um, or if you're a hometown kid and you end up getting drafted by your home city, then it's okay, you know what I'm saying, you just stay where you at. But still, you know what I'm saying, the traveling and doing all that, you know, the extra stuff can take a toll on marriages and relationships and stuff. So I mean, obviously, it's something deeper than what happened with Derek Fisher and Matt Barnes and Matt Barnes' wife. I mean, but like I said, man, if Derek Fisher can make it work, you know what I'm saying, with everything that happened and and all that, man, then hey, man, make it work, man, make it work. I mean, to each his own, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. Like I said, man, let me know what y'all think, man. In the comment section, man. If y'all see this video once I post it, uh, surprised nobody got on with the live, man. But hey, if y'all see this video, man, just let me know what y'all think, man. Um, yeah, man, I'm out.